Happy Friday, everybody. David Paul with you in the KHOU 11 Weather Center on the precipice of what's going to be a really hot weekend. The heat advisory is not in effect. No excessive heat warning in effect. We're going to be just below that criteria, but this by far is going to be the hottest weekend we've had so far this year, with Saturday going to a high of 98 and feels like temperatures of at least 104. Sunday 99 with feels like temperatures of at least 107. So prehydrate and rehydrate all day long. Just limit the outdoor activities to an hour or so, even if you're in shape. You know, you're susceptible to this type of heat as well. Nobody's immune. Children, little children, and the elderly are most susceptible. I remember when back when I was younger, I had a 1-year-old, took him for a stroll on a hot day, and learned real quick that they can overheat in a hurry. Had to get him in some cooler water. So I know firsthand how this heat can sneak up on you in a hurry for the very little ones and grandma and grandpa. Now, down toward the beach, it won't be quite as hot, at least temperature-wise. Highs in the upper 80s for Jamaica Beach and Galveston and Crystal Beach. But the humidity is going to be very high, so you will have heat index temperatures down here that are just as hot, if not hotter, than inland areas. So heat index feels like temperatures 105, 106, 107 down in Galveston this weekend. No rain expected Saturday and Sunday. And then we begin to ramp rain chances up as the whole weather pattern across North America is going to shift, allowing for a 40% chance for rain and thunder on Monday. I think if we do get these storms on Monday, they will be late in the day, Monday afternoon and going into the evening, maybe even after sunset on Monday as the first disturbance comes in from the north. And then a stalled boundary with disturbances coming in from time to time will give us an 80% rain chance on Tuesday, 80% rain chance on Wednesday, and even going forward, I think a 70% rain chance on Thursday again. So rain totals are really going to add up toward the middle and end of this coming week. I think what we've got is a week next week where we have a lot of street ponding when we get the heavy downpours. Some spots will see street flooding. We had that underpass, what was the street? Navigation in Edo had that high water during the heavy thunderstorm we had a couple of evenings ago. We will see some high water spots like that, I bet you, in places. So be prepared to slow down and take your time as our commuter city, we all live on the roads, gets a big drink of water next week and slows things down. Real quickly, the dust. We've got hazy skies. There's a little bit of dust. There's a lot of very thick dust out over the open Atlantic Ocean. That plume of dust came off the Saharan desert a couple of days ago. It's now spread over a big chunk of the Atlantic basin, and then you see a few spots where the dust is a little thicker. This is where it stands right now. There's a little thicker batch just off the coast of Texas. That is going to come in. It's in the process of kind of diffusing itself and fizzling out, but that comes in tonight. So tomorrow the skies from time to time may be a little hazier than they have been, but not by much. So a little bit more dust as we head into a hot and humid and hazy at times weekend with a little dust coming in from the Sahara Desert. A little more on the dust. So this is dust from the desert of West Africa, the Saharan Desert. It is extraordinarily rich in nitrogen and phosphorus, specifically phosphorus. And one thing that this also does do, this global process, which we know has been going on for thousands and thousands of years, every year, is that some of the dust goes to South America. And each year, about 22,000 tons of phosphorus from the dust settles back down into the Amazon rainforest. Now, why does that matter? Why is that important? It's because the rainforest sitting down here near the equator gets a ton of rain. That's one of the reasons why they have so much vegetation here. And what happens is that rain comes down, it leaches into the Amazon River, and the rivers, they leach that phosphorus out of the soil. Well, phosphorus is very important to plant growth. Plants need a constant supply of it or they will not be able to thrive. So while the rain from the rainforest leaches out the phosphorus at about 22,000 tons a year, on average, it gets replenished by about 22,000 tons per year, the phosphorus, from the dust from the Sahara Desert. It's an amazing global interconnected process that I find absolutely fascinating. Of course, this also leads to some algae blooms, specifically in the Bahamas, which acts to trap CO2. As the algae dies, it takes the CO2 with it, sinks it down. Also leads to some beautiful sunrises and sunsets. All right, a little bit of that dust in the atmosphere right now. Oh, looks like a light flight helicopter's coming into the Med Center, and temperatures are hot. These are feels like temperatures. Feels like 103 in Galveston, 99 at Hobby, feels like 102 at Bush. Sugar Land feels like 103. Tomball currently feels like 104 as we overlook a very green Herman Park. Radar has been quiet. A little bit ago, a couple of showers looked like they popped up. It looks like those were false echoes. I'm not seeing any rain on the radar. I really wouldn't expect to see it under these conditions. We got this mountain of sinking air over us, which is zapping rain chances. What this is going to do is help keep it very, very hot. So we go into the overnight and tomorrow morning. This is 7 a.m. Saturday morning. No rain expected. Lows waking up near 80. And where you're near the water, the humidity in the atmosphere keeps temperatures from moving too much. So you'll be in the low 80s. Galveston wakes up at 83. Anahuac wakes up at a very humid 83. Models take temperatures into the mid to upper 90s across the board tomorrow. This is 4 p.m. You know, is there going to be an isolated shower? Sure, there could be, but rain chances are less than 10%. We go into Saturday night. We stay really sticky. Overnight low, 7 a.m., 82 Anahuac, 80 in Houston. Overnight low of 80 in Conroe, 80 in Rosenberg. Very sticky, warm start on Sunday morning. No rain. And then barring an isolated shower Sunday afternoon, we just get hot, upper 90s, and I think it's likely we're going to be near 99 in many spots across southeast Texas as we head into the afternoon on Sunday with that heat index above 107 at time. Let's take a look at the modeling on the heat index values. So forecast feels like heat index temperatures. This is Saturday afternoon. Brenham 106, College Station feeling like 107, Pearland 104, Pasadena feeling like 104, Bush feeling like 106. So very hot day. And then Sunday, we kind of do it again. It's just a little tick higher, feeling like 107 Tomball by 4 in the afternoon, feeling like 107 Sugar Land, Conroe 107, Pasadena feeling like 107, Pearland going to 106. So take all your hot weather precautions as we head through the weekend. At least there will be a breeze. Wind forecast. This is actually wind gust forecast, gusting out of the south-southwest at 15 to 20 on Saturday, and gusting 10 to 15, maybe to 20 as we head through the day on Sunday. So a little bit lighter winds on Sunday, but still it's going to be a breezy day. So next 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, hot. Monday, 40% chance for thunder showers. I think if that happens Monday, it's going to be late in the day. The morning starts dry. It may be a thunderstorm comes in from the north as we head into Monday evening, Monday night, and that will begin the wet weather pattern. So first of all, here's the heat dome forecast. It sits over us through Sunday. There's the dome sitting right here over South Texas, and we're right on that, and so that's why it blocks the rain and keeps us hot. But that's going to move off west into Mexico, so it opens the door to a wet weather pattern. This is Tuesday specifically. So Monday, I think we've got scattered showers, but Tuesday is when I think we really ramp up the rain chances, not only in Houston, but across the state, and in fact, across the deep south central U.S., even in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Wet weather pattern. That's Tuesday. Stays wet across the south central U.S., including Houston on Wednesday. We'll do it again on Thursday. There's no really telling exactly when these rounds of rain will come in. It literally could be overnight, could be in the morning, could be in the afternoon and evening. They will be smaller scale disturbances coming in, but all the ingredients are there for multiple rounds of rain as we head through Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and probably into Friday as well. Just a quick glance at how much rain we could see. And this is broad brush, but all the yellow and the lighter orange colors in here, you're getting into the 1 to 2 inch, maybe a little bit above that. So widespread areas through Thursday. It's just rain totals through Thursday, 1 to 2 inches, with, I think, several spots getting 3 to 5 inches of rain. If any of these storms slow down or we get a training echo or two over some spots, that's where you're going to see your street ponding, your street flooding. That's the greatest threat with this next week, is the commuter city that we are. We get slowed down and it causes the problems on the roadways, and it can make them quite dangerous at times. So download the app and keep up with the rainfall. If it's coming in, maybe you just wait until it passes on through. Drought report, got the update yesterday. We're not in drought at all. We're doing good soil moisture content here in southeast Texas. It gets into drought back towards San Antonio, but even this is an improvement. The area of exceptional drought shrank It shrank in West Texas as well, and so this wet weather pattern will probably help those drought-stricken areas too. Rainfall outlook from NOAA June 12th through the 16th, above normal, right across South and Central Texas into Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. All right, tropics. Gulf of Mexico is clear as a bell. That thing off the East Coast that we were watching earlier in the week never did develop, just scattered showers out here. Bigger picture, nothing in the open Atlantic. I say nothing. Here's the intertropical conversion zone. This area usually gets a little busier as we head later into the season, into August and September. And of course, I showed you, we've got that plume of dust right out here. And what is it doing? And keeping the skies out here almost cloud-free over the Cape Verde Islands and onto the west. The dust doing its thing to suppress tropical development. No tropical development across the basin expected for at least the next 7 days. All right, numbers. Saturday, 79 in the morning, 92 by noon, 98 in the afternoon. Feels like 104. Drink water. AC, cool off in the AC to cool your body's core temperature. Do it again on Sunday, 99 with feeling like 107. Then the rain chances begin, and I think Monday it's late afternoon and evening that the storms would begin, and then an 80% rain chance on Tuesday, 80% Wednesday, 70% on Thursday. Some models back down rain chances to 30% on Friday. I've seen some other global models that keep the rain chances going on Friday and even into next weekend. The European model, in fact, keeps us very wet Friday and beyond. So it may be that this is an extended time next week and into next weekend where we get a daily round of scattered showers and thunderstorms. All right, that is where we stand as we head into a hot weekend. Everybody enjoy the weekend. Have a great evening, everybody.